Yes, come in, please.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Please take your seat.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, good morning. Yes, so I am Mr. Amit Ekra, your English teacher. And now, candidate A, could you introduce yourself, please?
Sir, I am Koyel Samantha of class 10. My father's name is Mr. Samantha and I live in Rajat.
Okay, candidate B, could you introduce yourself?
So myself Anuprash Koyel. I'm a student of class 11 in St. John School. I live in Rajat.
Alright. So now we are going to have the second stage of your speaking assessment, that is the topic presentation. When candidate A is speaking about her topic, candidate B has to listen carefully and he has to ask a question. When candidate B is speaking, candidate A has to ask a question. Alright. So now this time for candidate A, could you start speaking your topic, please?
So, we know that grace of true wisdom always eliminates the clouds of sorrow. This thought proves right when we come across the chapter, the Sermon at Benares. In this chapter, the main motive is that when true knowledge is gained from a mentor, or whom we call as Acharya in Sanskrit, no pain or sorrow can break us. In this chapter, Siddhartha, after enlightenment known as Gautam Buddha, provided knowledge to Kisa Gautami. She was a lady who almost lost her senses when she learned that her beloved son had died. She ran door to door with her dead son to make him alive, begging for some cure, but it was of no value. At some length, she met with a man who suggested her to meet Gautam Buddha. When she described her problem to him, he asked her to bring a handful of mustard seeds from a house where no beloved person had died. When she failed to do so, she ultimately understood that life of mortals in this world is full of pain, trouble, heartbreak, sorrow, sadness, guilt, anger, and much more. Those people who understand that they don't possess anything and only thing that we have is their own thoughts and karma, they only gain through knowledge. Death is a natural phenomenon that occurs to every person, rich or poor, smart or stupid, wise or fool, beautiful or ugly. We must learn to accept death with a smile, which will only come when we learn that we born to die.
Okay, candidate A, we have selected this topic for your speaking assessment. Why did you select this topic? What inspired you to take this topic for your speaking assessment?
So this chapter is itself an excellent example that shows that light of knowledge removes the darkness of death and sorrow. This chapter tells us about the benefits and the importance of knowledge. Hence, that's why I chose this topic.
Okay, candidate B, could you ask the question, please?
So you explained that somebody's death or loss gives sorrow and pain. Can you give a valid reason that why a person should not be overwhelmed with sadness when he or she loses someone near to her?
It is very natural that one gets overwhelmed with sorrow and grief when any dear person passes away. You told to give me a valid reason. So, according to the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, verse 27, Sri Krishna explains to Arjun that death is achieved by everyone who receives death, birth, and anyone who dies gets reborn again. This whole birth-death cycle is inevitable, and hence we should not get afraid of it, nor we should feel sorrow about it.
Alright, so now it is time for candidate B. Could you start speaking about your topic, please?
So my topic is about the making of a scientist. It is a beautiful story written by Robert W. Peterson on a very famous American biologist, Richard Everett. First of all, I want to answer a very interesting question, that who is a scientist? A scientist is a person with a curious mind who has a never-ending hunger for knowledge and is the one who approaches problem very well and has the courage to go through an unknown path. He or she is a person who has the ability to dive deep into the roots of concepts and facts. In this story, we see a person named Richard H. Everett. He is nothing but a curious person. Since his childhood, he has a great curiosity to know about wildlife, especially birds and butterflies. He collected 25 species of butterfly in his locality, which was a very big thing. His family, especially his mother, supported him a lot. One day, she bought a book named The Travels of Monarch X. It was nothing but a book about the monarch butterflies, how they breed and how they migrate. He started this book and read it with great determination. On such a tender age, he wrote to Dr. Urquhart, a very big scientist, about his studies and about his interpretation about monarch butterflies. Not only his academic career was excellent, he had a great impression everywhere else. Though he participated in the science fairs in his locality a lot of times, but wasn't able to succeed the most of the time. But still, he did it, and that shows his great will to succeed. His first great mind gave him a chance to work in the Walter Reed's Army Institute lab, which was a very big opportunity for a person like him. He went on researching for the hormones of butterflies, which was again a very big thing for him. At last, I want to say that the three things that we require for having a scientific mind is the first rate mind, the curiosity, and the will to succeed. And all these accompanied by great determination and hard work can make you something very impressive to the world. At last, I want to say that science belongs to no country. It is just the knowledge that is of humanity and which becomes a torch and illuminates the whole world. Thank you.
Alright, so currently B, you have selected this topic for the speaking assessment. What inspired you to take this topic?
This topic is about scientists, and we all know how hard they work and how they put their whole life into researches and studies. And we must also appreciate them, and that thing is very much missing in our today's world. So that is why I chose this topic.
Alright, good. Candidate A, could you ask a question, please?
How can common people inspire these people to those who have a scientific mindset?
All these people who are involved into science or to researches don't get great attention. They do their work in the silence and don't get that appreciation they need. So we must take a step ahead and encourage all these people in their work. We must help them when required, and we must also encourage them in every step. Because this scientific world is not very easy. It involves a lot of rigorous hard work, and that makes them successful.
Okay, good. So now our second stage is already completed. Now we are going to have the third stage, that is the problem solving. I will be giving you the problem, and both you have to solve this problem, and you have to find out the solution of this problem. Okay, so your problem is here.
Nowadays, many students of our class are missing their PT classes. They are making false excuses to avoid doing exercises.
Yes, and this is a very big problem. And as we are students of this school and we are in a young age, we must do physical exercises. So it is a really big problem that we must need to solve, that it is a very big necessity to do these physical exercises and group games.
I think we should talk to our class teacher. Maybe she can help us.
Yes, that might be one of the solutions. And another way we can think of is that we must take a step ahead and tell all the students about the merits of exercises and games, how this can build teamwork and how it can help them to enhance their physical and mental abilities.
Okay, so candidate A, did you get the solution of this problem?
Yes, sir.
What is the solution?
Yes, sir. I think we got the solution. Talking to our teacher about this issue can help the students encourage themselves to take part in physical exercises. The teacher can help them, make them understand why physical exercises are necessary for them and how can they reduce this inactiveness.
Okay, so candidate B, do you agree with this solution?
Yes, I completely agree with this solution. There are two ways of approaching to this problem. First, by informing our class teacher, and she would help the students to understand about the importance of it. Moreover, we as friends can make them understand about what is good and what is bad. We can make them realize that this inactivity can be replaced by taking part in physical exercises, which will give them a great refreshment apart from this rigorous academic classes.
Okay, so your speaking assessment gets over here. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.